Hello there, Cancer. Thank you for stopping by for your tarot video forecast for the week of March 9th through the 16th. I am using the Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg once again. And so let's just get started, Cancer. On Monday, what you have coming up is you have the Six of Cups. This just tells me that on Monday you're going to be feeling very sentimental about an old situation that you used to have, or an old relationship, maybe even about your childhood. But you're going to be looking back on some old memories and kind of remembering and sort of maybe even wishing things could still be the way that they were back in that old situation that you're remembering. So then Tuesday, what we have coming up for you, Cancer, is we have the Star. Now the Star card is a really nice card. And the reason I like that card is because it really talks about being spiritually aligned. This is telling me that you're feeling like you're really in touch with spirit. You're very much in touch with the reality around you. And you're also, all of your chakras or your spiritual power centers are all lined up and operating at full potential. So this is a really, really good card. Now, for how does that manifest in life? You know, how do you know that this is going on? The easiest way to tell is that decision making is not hard. You feel like you have a lot of clarity. You know what you want out of life and what you know, which direction you're pointed. And that makes decision making very easy. So that's the easiest way to tell that you're in that situation. You're not feeling like you're lost and out there free floating, wondering what to do next or where to go next. Okay, so that's your Tuesday. Wednesday, Five of Coins, Cancer. For some of you, I'm feeling like you're actually going to be borrowing some money on Wednesday. Some of you are going to be trying to borrow money on Wednesday and not be as successful. And some of you are just going to be readjusting your budget. You're going to be looking at that old budget and going, I've got some new expenses now. How do I fit those in? And so I see some of you just readjusting the budget, where I see others of you actually asking people for help as far as financially on Wednesday, Cancers. And then on Thursday, what we have coming up is we have the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is in reverse. So this is one of those cards that it's actually better to have in reverse than right side up. And so what I'm seeing for the Hanged Man in reverse is just that you're in a situation on Thursday that had kind of kept you stumped. You really didn't know what to do with that situation. Any kind of solution that you could see led to consequences that you didn't want to deal with. And so on Thursday, with the Hanged Man coming in reverse, this is telling me that you're seeing a solution, that you've done some meditation time, or you've had some kind of epiphany where all of a sudden you're like, that's not as hard as I thought it was. I know how to handle this now. And off you go. Now, Friday, what we have coming up is we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Five of Cups in reverse just means that you had something that had kind of disappointed you, and so you had set your priorities, or you had actually adjusted your priorities to accommodate that disappointment. You've been putting less priority on that thing that caused you disappointment than on other things. And so what's going on Friday is you're resetting those priorities back to the old way. Whatever that thing was that disappointed you, now you're realizing, well, for whatever reason, you want to put more emphasis back on that thing again. So maybe you realize that the disappointment really was kind of a false disappointment. It was something that was an illusion that you thought was going on that really wasn't going on. Or maybe you've decided that, you know, maybe that situation just wasn't as bad as I thought. After all, maybe it was actually good. Whatever's going on, you're just readjusting your priorities and you're going back to the way that you had them already. Now, Saturday, what we have coming up is we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. The Knight of Swords in reverse is somebody who can make some really rash decisions. Generally, this is going to be a male type personality. And so this is somebody that's showing up in your life. This is somebody who stands up for their values. They have very strong opinions about their values, and they will stand for them no matter what. Now, sometimes when they come in at the Knight level, that means that they don't have their head completely straight on their shoulders yet. They still need a little bit more life experience. Hopefully life experience will help them, although sometimes the Knights do come in as older gentlemen who you would think had enough life experience, and I'm sure that that's coming in for some of you here. But anyway, this is a man who feels like he's defending his values and his principles, but he's really going off kind of half-cocked. He only has part of the information about the situation, and he's reacted and responded to that part of it without hearing the full deal. Later on, when he hears the full deal, he's going to be feeling kind of silly. But the best advice I can give whenever this type of personality shows up in your life on Saturday, as it does for you, Cancer, is just stand out of the way. Let this poor knight, with this sword flailing around in his hand on his horse, let him do whatever he wants to do, but get out of the way so that you are not inadvertently injured by his silliness. Because right now what he's doing is pretty much silliness, to use a nice term. Alright, so Sunday we have the Page of Swords showing up in reverse. So Cancers, you are digging up some information on Sunday. Dig, 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 dig. You're digging it out. See that sword? You're using that to dig in the dirt and find all kinds of secrets. There have been things going on that have not seemed right to you for a while, and on Sunday it's just going to get under your skin and you're just going to be like, you know what? Good or bad, I just have to know the truth at this point. And so you're going to start digging for some information that people haven't exactly shared with you. You are going to find out some things. This is definitely the way to find out some things. Sometimes these are things that you wish you would have never found out. Sometimes these are things that you're just totally embarrassed when you do find out to think what you really thought about the other person. But definitely secrets coming out on Sunday. Most of them are coming out because you Cancers are digging them out. They're not coming up free floating all on their own. So I see you guys doing some major detective work on Sunday. And this is the kind of stuff that when it comes up, this is going to be a big deal. For most of you Cancers, this is going to be a big deal. It's going to change how you look at certain situations in your life. For some of you, this is going to be work, actually. And for others of you, this is going to be relationship. And I do mean all kinds of relationships, not just romantic, but even family relationships are going to be hit by this on Sunday. Okay, so the other thing is, Cancers, remember that this is just a general read, first of all. So not everything is going to apply to you. Second of all, remember that free will changes everything. So whatever you hear me say, if you don't like it, guess what? You have free will. You can change it. That's the good news, right? Okay, so that is your week, Cancers. For those of you who would like to schedule a private session with me, feel free to contact me. You should know, though, that I also do mediumship work as well as spiritual healing. So check out my website. I'm at amista.info, amista.info. Once you're there and you've poked around a little bit, if you still feel like I'm the best person for you to work with, go ahead and contact me. We will schedule a session for you as quickly as possible. And then once, let's see, I got lost there. I say this how many times every week? So we will schedule a session for you as quickly as possible. And for the rest of you, I will see you all next week. Everyone have a great week. Peace out.